Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel BIM for Construction. So in this playlist we are creating a new series for the Revit architecture tutorial, and as you all know, we have already completed our Revit most of the Revit series like Scan to BIM, COBie tutorial, BIM trainings, and our Navisworks tutorials, and we have also updated some Revit family tutorial series, and you can found most of the Revit features in detail in Revit complete tutorial advanced courses. Here you will found all the how many types of floor plan we can create in Revit, how we can create the filters in Revit, how we can create the new families, and how we can create the schedules. All these features of Revit we have already uploaded in detail. Now my aim is to start this Revit architecture tutorial, so a beginner whose background is belongs to architecture or structure, how they can start an Revit architecture project in any Revit version like 23, 25, 21, any version you are having. So how smoothly they can understand each and everything in detail, and how they can produce the shop drawing with the coordinated model for their project. So basically in this first tutorial series, I will start with the quick overview of the Revit architecture, and a quick overview regarding the Revit software. I have already uploaded this one in my Revit complete tutorial series, but it is uploaded in the Hindi. Now we are mostly covering those Revit architecture full series in the English version. So first of all, as you can see here right now, there is a two-story building that I have created for my project. So with this I will explain you how all these features we are having in architecture, and how you can access those all features in the Revit. First of all, to start with the Revit, I will explain you about the Revit template. So whatever the version you are having in your system, you can start with that. Right now I'm opening Revit 2023 version. So first of all, I will explain the interface of the Revit, in which the first step is to select the correct template for your project. So as you can see here, this is our Revit 2023 version. This is the first interface, and in the left side corner there will be two options. The first option is for the model. In the model, whatever the model you want to draw, like for the plumbing, for the architecture, for the structure, for mechanical, for firefighting, you have to either open or you will create from the scratch. So as you can see here, this is our architecture model. So this series is mainly focused for the architecture students, so we will choose architecture template to create our 3D architecture model in that particular Revit file. So open, it means you are having an existing file from the client. You are only working for the different LODs of your models. So if you are having already existing file, you can open directly from here. You have to simply go to open. You will select the source file which is shared by your client or from your team to begin the further work. So you can open the model from here. That will be your Revit file. Next, if there is no Revit file shared from your team or from your client, and you have to start the project from scratch, it means you have to select on the new. While selecting on the new, you have to select the template. So this is the first two tab is related to the model, means you will create a 3D architecture model, and how you will start if you are having an existing model and if you want to start from sketch. The second belongs to the families. The same will be for the families also. Likewise, the models, either we can open any existing families from our system, or share it can be shared by team from the client, or you have downloaded from the chromes, you can also download. You can start from the sketch. And here also for the families, if you can see here, if you want to create a family from the scratch, you can create the families by selecting a proper template from here also. So first step is clear. You have to either open the existing model, or either open the existing families, or either start from the new. So when you start from the new, you definitely needs to choose a one template file. to begin. So here, for example, as this series will be only focusing on the architecture beginner, so we have to select a template which belongs to the architectural members. So here you can see we are having the multiple template: construction template, architectural, structural, mechanical, system, electrical, and plumbing. And also you can browse the different template. If you are having a template shared from your client end, then you can browse that location also. For now, I am selecting an architectural template here. Now here also you are having a two option: create new project or create new project template. If you want to start with this architecture template and you want to save it as a project, you want to work it as a project, you want to share the sheets, coordinated model with client as a project, then you have to select this one option. Like this, we are having a project. This is our Revit project, not a Revit project template. The second option is project template. So what is the difference? Means like this architectural template we are having by default, and maybe client share with you. So for example, client needs to share a template, architectural template, with their subcontractor. So what he will do, he will select the project template, then he will adjust he will adjust the wall types of wall, he may adjust the filters, he may adjust project browser views, and he may include some shade parameter, and then after and all these adjustment, he will save this project template and share with your subcontractor. So this is the difference between, if you want to start as a project, then you have to select as a project, because once you started as a project template, you can't save that project template as a Revit project. So for our project, we will start as a architectural template project and OK. So this difference I will explain you by opening the same Revit, by choosing the Revit project template this time. So this is our Revit project. You can see the project 1 default naming is given to this file. Now likewise same, I will open the architectural as a project template this time. Now new architectural template. Now I will select project template, OK. And also the here you can see the default naming is template 1, and if you save this file, it will be saved as a template. The same way like construction template, architectural template, whatever template we are having, you can save it as a different template. So if you go to save option, you will found it will be saved only as a template, and the extension will be RTE only. You can't save this as a project. So whenever we are working as a project, we have to select the project, not the project template. And like this, you can save it as a save. Go to save, and here you can see it will be saved as a .rvt cursor. So first step is clear. We have to start either from the scratch, or we have to open a project which is shared from the client, and then we have to, if we are starting from the scratch, then we have to select a proper template and a project option while choosing the template. Now this Revit architecture that I have created for my project, here you can see we are having a lots of tabs in the Revit. Firstly, I will explain these tabs one by one. As you can see here, this is the Revit user interface. The first one is the app menu, or you can say file menu. You can find the Revit sign here. This is our file menu, or you can here file menu. All the file options will be there: new, open, save, save as, export, print, and everything. The next one is here you can find quick access toolbar, means whatever be the tools you need to quickly access, you can place there here. And also you can customize those quick access toolbar by here, customize quick access toolbar. You can drag and drop which tool you want in the first, which you want in the last. So this is our quick access toolbar. Other than this, here you will find the ribbon. This is the most important part for our Revit project. Through ribbon, we will model our MEP system or our architectural structural system, annotation, everything will be controlled through this ribbon tool. So it is full of all the Revit tools, you can say. Second, here option bar, then type selector, then project browser, everything I will discuss in detail in the same video. last one view control bar, and then here we are having a view cube navigation bar. Means if you want to control your 3D view, you will use this navigation bar to rotate it, to move up and down. Or here is a navigation, here you are having the view cube which is showing the north, south, east, west direction, all the faces, top, front, back, side, everything of the building. You can choose one here. So this is our overview of the Revit interface. Now how these things will be controlled, I will explain you. So this part, episode 1, is basically giving you the quick overview of the Revit software and what is the benefits of this over our existing AutoCAD modeling, and how many features are there, and how many things you can extract from the Revit through 3D modeling. So this is a quick overview. In the next tutorial, detail by detail, in each tutorial I will explain from the start how you can create the wall, how you can generate the schedule in details and everything. So here the first ribbon you will found the file option. So whatever the file, for example options, if you go in options, we have selected a template in the starting. So here if you go in the user interface, file location, you will found all those template location where they are located. So as you can see here in the starting, we have selected the architectural template. You can find the location of that architectural template here also. If you want to add further more new templates, whichever is shared from the client side or you have created, your teammate has created, you can browse from here also. And here also you will find some graphics control also, like in background, when you are cutting a section, what background you need in the Revit, like white background is there, you can change the background color. Whenever you are selecting an element, and blue color will be highlighting, if you want to change that color you can change from here. Then basically keyboard shortcuts, everything we will be discussing in the detail in this full playlist. So first one is the file option. Second one, as you can see here, is the architecture tab. So all those tools you will be requiring for creating such kind of 3D models in your Revit project, all those tools will be available here. For example, wall, you can create different type of walls here. You can create door, windows, you can place component, whatever the families we are placing in the Revit project is known as component. So there are 4 types of families I will discuss in detail. So components are here: columns, roof. Roof you want to create, you can create roof, ceiling, then floors, then curtain system, curtain grid, then railing, ramp, stairs. Everything for the architecture will be available here. So these all tool we will discuss in detail in our later videos. Likewise, same for the structure, all the structure component will be available here. Like in structure, for an house we are having a columns structure, we are having a footings, we are having beams. So all those systems will be available here. Same for the steel, if you are having a rebar model, then for the steel also. Then for precast, for the systems, for the MEP systems like mechanical duct, plumbing, firefighting pipes, all those tools will be available here to model your project. So these first options are related to the MEP and the architecture and structural modeling part, like architecture, structure, steel, precast systems. Now from here, insert is a tab in which you can insert any other Revit links. For example, if you are working in architecture project, you need the structure model also needs you need the structure model from the structural team, and you can add that structural model in your particular architecture file also. So basically in many BIM project, if you we are working on a complex project, there are many other Revit files which are created for the different disciplines. Like for the architecture, different Revit file; for the structural, different Revit file; for the mechanical, different; for the plumbing, different; for the firefighting, different. So all those Revit files we need to link in our models, whichever are useful to us and for our like interface. for our designing of the systems, we need to link those files in our Revit model also, and we will also take care about all the technical points while we are drawing our architecture model. For example, if you are an architecture member and you are drawing an architecture 3D model, then you basically need the structural files, you need the facade glass lines files if you are working on a large project. So those files you need definitely in your Revit models. So all those Revit links you can link from the other subcontractor. You can link the CAD if any CAD is shared with you for the modeling purpose. You can link that CAD, or for the any detail purpose you can link that CAD. You can link the topography, you can link the point cloud file that is belongs to the 3D scan purpose. Means if there is a project in which you have to work for scan to BIM, means so whatever with the site scanned point cloud, you can create 3D model from them. Coordination models means after exporting our model in NWC format, the subcontractor, the BIM team is creating a 3D BIM model with all the disciplines. As you can see here, this is our 3D federated model, you can say, in which every subtrade is there. Means architecture, plumbing, fire protection, structure, everything is there. So like this, and NWD is created by the BIM team. Okay, so coordination model, you can append those NWD also here, NWCs. So these are basically for the insert. You can insert your links. Next one, or you can import the CAD also here. CAD also import option is there. So both options are there, import and link. We'll discuss in detail what is the difference between the import and link. Next step is for the annotation. Means you have created a 3D model from the architecture, structure, steel, precast system, whatever tool you have used, you have created your 3D model. Now you have to prepare for the shop drawing to submit to your client. So for the submission of shop drawing, what tools you will require? You will require the dimensions. You need to give the dimension for each room. For example, if I open this floor plan, okay, so this is our floor plan. You need to give the dimension of each rooms, you need to give the dimension of door, you need to give the dimension of furniture. Then after dimension, you will give the tags. Like for this door, you might providing a tag like D1, then you will provide in notes what is the size of D1 door. So you need to provide the tags. Likewise, for the MEP services also we need to provide the pipe sizes, duct sizes, then what is the BOP of the pipe, means what is the bottom of pipe from the finished floor like. So all those important annotation tools are there. You can create the revision cloud, you can create the field reason, you are having the option to create a detail group. You can provide the text, you can give the tag by the tag families. So all those annotation which are useful in creating a shop drawing will be available here in the annotate tab. Because with the client we will share this 3D model obviously, but we have to share a 2D shop drawing also with a detailed annotation. Next one is analyze. This step is mostly used for the means system designing and review. So this one will be not a major topic for the architecture beginners. After that, next one is massing and site. Here you can create the different massing like topo surface. You can create the topo surface, you can create the site components, you can create the parking components, building pads and everything from here. As you can see here, this right now we have created it as a floors. We can create it as a topo surface. We will provide a green garden or the land nearby our house. We can place the site components like trees, plants, everything nearby. We can create a parking components here. So in detail we will discuss each and every features. Collaborate. Now collaborate, it is a very useful and important feature of Revit. So once you created your Revit project, or you have started, like you have selected the template or the file is shared from your client side, now you and your team is working on the same Revit file. All your team members needs to work on the same Revit file. So for this purpose, this collaborate tab is very important. Here you will found a collaboration feature. You can create your file as a central file. It means more than one member can work on that particular Revit file. Means you are working on a ground floor, your member is working on a roof, or simultaneously you can both work on the same floor, and like that different services you can work in the same Revit file if you want to work. So basically the simple concept is more than one member can work on the same Revit file, so you have to create for that your current Revit as a central file. This is not available in our AutoCAD versions like that. In AutoCAD you can only work as a single person. That is why Revit in the market is trending more now. It has a more major benefits. Also multi-thread disciplines work is easy there, coordination is easy there. So next one is view. Here this one, all the floor plans, like how many floor plans you can create, visibility graphics you can control from here. All those like we have created here walls, we have created here columns, we created here furnitures, we created here roofs. All those will be counted as a model categories, and you can turn off any one of the categories from here. Like walls I have turned off, it means all the walls will get hide. So like this all the features will be available there. I will discuss in detail in each video. So like this manage tab will be there, in which we can manage the material of each wall, material browser, additional setting for the line weight, line patterns. We can change the line pattern for your shop drawing purpose, and everything will be there. So next one here is the important, the modify tool. Here offset feature, array feature, then we have mirror feature. All features will be available there. So this is about our ribbon tool. In the left side corner you can see here it is a property panel. Whatever the floor plan or the section or the schedules you are having, whatever you have selected, it will show the properties of that particular element. For now I have selected this planting, it will show the properties of this planting. If I escaped and I deselect it, it will show the current view properties. Current view is 3D view, and it will show the current view all the properties, like it is orthographic or it's perspective. You can change from the here, and all the properties of that current 3D view it will show you here. Now the most important part, project browser. So here in the project browser you will found many types of like views. For example, in the views you can found your building ground floor plan, you can found your first floor plan, your roof plan. All those plan, all those sections, like from the left side, from the right side, from the back side, from the front side, if you are having any sections you have made in your plans, you can found all those sections from here. So views, you are having your floor plans, you are having your ceiling plans, you are having all your 3D plans here, you are having your elevation or the section plans plus rendering plans here. All those plans through which you can you can view the building as a different mode. You will found all those plans here, like floor plan, ceiling plan, 3D, elevation, and everything. Next one, we will discuss in detail how we can how we are going to create these all plan in upcoming videos. Next one is legends. If you are creating any sheets, you are placing a floor plan and you are sharing with the client, you might have some legends you need to place here. For example, legends are basically the understanding of symbols. Like what the symbols means, you will place the same symbol geometry here, you will mention it as a gas stove, you will place it here. Same you will mention is a cloth is as a like a dishwasher or a sink, wash basin. You will place this furniture, you will mention this legend. So everything, all those symbols we will define here, so client can read the drawing easily. Next is schedule. Schedule means whatever we have model categories, we have used the model categories here. How much quantities we have model, we can extract through schedule quantities feature, like how many floors, what are the parameters, what is the length, what is the area, whatever the parameters available here, or here in the edit type, all those parameters we can extract in the schedule with the quantities, like how many floors are used in this building, how many this table is used, this coffee table is used, how many railings are used, with all those parameters in the schedule. So this is mostly used for the bill of quantities or the material takeoff purpose, so they can estimate the cost of the project. Next one is sheets. So finally, after completing our 3D model, we need to create a sheet and we need to share the section views, the floor plan views with the client. Then we can create sheets from here and we can share with them after completing the annotation part, after giving all the dimension, text and everything. Next one is families. Here, while we are modeling, we can find all those tools here, like walls, doors, windows, and many of the families will not be there in your default template. It means you have to create a new family and you can load those family into your project and you can use. For example, this table will not be by default in your Revit software, so this family you can download from the net, you can create in the family interface and you can insert in your current Revit project. So like this, all those families whatever you have inserted here will be available in family tree. So all those families will be available there. So in VV also you can check those categories. For example, if any door family or any furniture family you have added, you can see all those categories under will be same. For example, furniture we have added. If I turn off this furniture, it will be removed from the 3D. Okay, and this same family, the furniture family, you can found in the project browser also here. So basically I want to convey this that the same model categories, likewise there will be a folder in the families for all those model categories options, and you will find all your inserted families in the same folder. So this furniture categories family you will found under the furniture tab. So like this, families will be useful in your 3D modeling. And the next one is having your groups, whatever groups if you have created. If you want to create a particular group of this furniture sofa, you can create a one assembly or group for that. And the last one is the Revit links that I already informed you that you can insert links from there, and from the manage also you can insert the links, CAD, everything from there. So all those inserted links and CAD will be available here. So like this, this first episode is the basic overview of the full Revit architecture feature, and whatever the Revit architecture tool you are going to have very useful in the upcoming videos. So if you like the video, don't forget to share and subscribe, and stay tuned for the upcoming